Hey guys, I'm wanting to try to do something a little different. I've got this little shirt thing. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, you probably recognize this as the thing you put down at the bottom of your shirt, and you run your shirt through there and it kind of knots it at the end without having to tie a knot. Do y'all remember that? I remember that. Telling my age here, but I wanted to kind of draw this out and see if I can make it out of this chipboard because it's red. I like it red. I don't really want to change it, so I'm going to leave it that way, but I can't use red in my current journal, so I'm going to try to make this out of this. The kicker is I've already attached what I'm wanting to put through this to my page, so I'm gonna have to try to make it to where I can just put it around it instead of having to being able to thread it through it, because of course I didn't think of this until after I had already attached that. It's attached with eyelets. I can't take it off, so we're gonna give it a try and see if it works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trace this with my pencil and then try to cut it out with my craft knife. So I'm gonna do that and I will be back. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. I got it all cut out with my craft knife, and I thought I was recording whenever I was covering it with this gilding wax, but I was not, so I apologize for that. So we'll pick up where we left off. Like I said, I just covered it with that gilding wax, not the back side, just the front. And I'm going to try to put some of these alcohol inks on it just to kind of see if that will kind of grunge it up a little bit. We shall see what happens. I've never done this before, so we're learning this together. I don't know how it's going to do with the gilding wax. I really should have gotten my little dauber. But we're just going to do it this way and just see how it does. I know it will kind of go into where the wax isn't covered, but I don't know if it's going to work as a resist or what's going to happen. I haven't really done much with alcohol inks, so I don't really know what I'm doing other than just dabbing it on there. So I do not know. I have a wet wipe here that is basically dry, so we're just going to dab it and see what that looks like. Oh, I like that. I like the way that looks. So that just kind of grunged it up there a little bit, made it look a little more antique. What do you think about that? Yeah, I think I like that. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else just because I'll keep on until the whole thing is covered, and don't really need to do that. So my fingers are grungy. Alright, I think I like that. I think we're gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit. The alcohol inks dry pretty fast, but it did soak into that cardboard a little bit, so we won't let that dry. Alright, I'm gonna let that dry a few minutes and then I will be back. Alright, y'all, I'm back. I got this dried pretty good, and I forgot to mention that the alcohol inks I used was caramel and sepia. That was the two alcohol inks that I used, if anybody is interested in trying that. This is for my junk journal January journal that I'm working on. I hope you saw the video. I did the flip through that I posted a day or so ago, but the idea is to use this for my ribbon prompt, and this is for day 12 that was ribbon. I am, what is today? Today's the 14th, so I am 3 days behind, so I'm trying to play catch up. But the idea is to kind of gather this ribbon here in the middle. I've attached it at the top and the bottom with eyelets, and I really should have done this before I attached it, but I didn't have the idea until after I attached it. And this may not work, but we're going to give it a try. But the idea is to kind of gather it here in the middle with this here in the middle, and that's why it was okay for me that this broke, so because I think it's going to work to my advantage, but it may not. This may be a total disaster and I have to come up with another idea, but we're going to give it a try. So here's goes nothing. Let's figure this out, how we need to do this. I think we can just slide this like this and hopefully slide that through the other side where it doesn't, and it not break that cardboard. And I'm hoping I'll be able to get underneath there and glue that cardboard back together. And it may be too weak. This may not even work, but I wanted to give it a try. I want this ribbon to kind of tuck under itself a little bit. I have a thing about things being symmetrical. So if it's tucked on one side, I want it tucked on the other side. This probably is not going to work, but we are going to try it. You don't ever know till you try. And if anybody has any suggestions, put them in the comments of how I could have done this better. And I will definitely, because if it goes wrong this time, I will definitely try it again, because that's just me. If I can't get it accomplished the first time, I'm going to probably try it again at some point. Alright. It kind of works. Kind of. Maybe. I think I just have to fiddle with the ribbon a little bit to get it looking nicer. I might have left a little bit too much play in that ribbon there. Maybe we just keep playing with it until we get it fixed how we want it. In the bottom. That doesn't look too terrible, does it? Or am I just delusional? I get these ideas in my head and I have to give it a try. Alright, I think maybe if I don't really like the way that looks. To me, it's like not attractive. But I think if I at least get to figure out how this attaches and how it's going to stay on there, then I might be able just to put something across that and make it look okay. I think I'm going to glue it. So let's get the glitter glue here. Since it's going to dry the fastest. Let's see if we can glue this down. I'll try to do one side at a time. See what everybody else was doing for the prompt of ribbon, and everything that everybody's doing is gorgeous, but I wanted to try to do something a little bit different. And I found this wide ribbon, and at first I thought I'll stamp on that ribbon, but then I decided I wanted to stencil on it. I think it turned out okay. Maybe if I pull this up a little bit, it won't look so bulky down here at the bottom. There, that's better. I think that might hold after a little bit. One thing I can do is come back and like glue underneath that ribbon there, and that will help hold it too. But I think I want to wait on that because I may try to, oops, it's already popping up. I may try to collage underneath this. I'm not sure yet. But I'm going to let that dry. That's it for now, y'all. I will come back and update you on how this turned out. But I think it looks pretty good. I think it was a pretty decent idea. So I'll be right back. Hi y'all, I'm back. I let that, I guess we're going to call it a brooch, dry. I glued it there on the sides and it held pretty good. I did decide to put this there in the middle. I think it looks more like a brooch that you might wear. And what I did was take one of the labels from the kit and I mounted on some more of that chipboard and put some of that gilding wax around it and then just glued it there in the middle. And then just embellished with a rose and a ribbon. Or this is faux washi tape from the kit, stamped ribbon on it and put in an eyelet. And I think that's all I'm going to do. I think that looks good. That is the beginning of my signature, the second signature. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. But that's my take on ribbon. If you want to get involved in Junk Journal January with Debbie over at Ink and Page, you can still do that. It's not too late. Her website is jjj.inkandpage.co. You go over there, you sign up, and all 31 days or courses as they're called on the site will be saved there on the site, and you can go to them anytime. And it has a link to her YouTube video and her either a download for a PDF or a zip file for the kits that she sends out free every day. She does it early in the morning, so you can get an early start if you want to. But I've really had fun with it. I've gotten lots of positive feedback from the things that I've posted for my first signature. So I think y'all might enjoy it too. So go check that out. And if you wouldn't mind, if you would like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it. Share it out if you feel compelled to do so. I would appreciate that. I am trying to grow my YouTube channel, so any support I can get would be greatly appreciated. But I thank y'all for taking time to watch my video, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.